You know, for me, the défilé, the clothes are just a part of the whole thing.
Imagination is much stronger than reality when you can dream about fashion.
In some way, all the designer, they express something that is very close with themselves.
In our obsession with efficiency, we've lost sight of the true value of beauty, especially when it comes to clothing. We tend to see clothing as something to extract as much value out of as possible, to then discard and replace for the lowest possible cost. For the majority of people, this approach makes sense from a purely practical standpoint. So what is the point of haute couture? Garments which cost tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars each. Couture is the highest, purest form of fashion where practicality is hardly of concern, because couture shares more in common with high art than it does with wearable, everyday garments. But like art, if we seek to understand the philosophy behind it, we can then be challenged to shift our mindset, to broaden our appreciation of fashion as an art form, to experience the tangibility of a designer's vision, and to let ourselves be consumed by the timeless quest for beauty, if we allow ourselves to be. Because in couture, no cost is too much and no time is too long as the result is beautiful. However, the public's exposure to couture is most often from the celebrities who can afford to wear it, creating an association between the ability to appreciate the craft of couture with the ability to purchase it. But one doesn't walk through a museum thinking about which paintings they can take home with them, approaching couture from the same perspective, as showcasing the pure creative vision of a designer, the intrinsic value of beauty and art brought to life by a team of skilled artisans rather than something to be bought and sold, allows us to appreciate it on a deeper level.
If I could, just for a few minutes, make the audience forget about their problems or their worries or their daily life or the next show they have to go to, they just embrace the music or embrace the silence that's there.
Couture strives to achieve a transcendental experience that momentarily disconnects us from our mundane concerns and immerses the audience in a world of absolute beauty. And to truly appreciate it, we must look back at its rich history, where iconic designers have consistently pushed boundaries and transformed the very fabric of fashion and culture. Designers like Coco Chanel, who sought to create daily wearable luxury built on simplicity. Taking inspiration from the street, from dockworkers and sailors, she blended the ease of movement with elegance, redefining what it meant for the Chanel woman to dress beautifully and comfortably. Christian Dior revolutionized fashion after World War II with his new look, and created a variety of dramatic silhouettes using constricting couture techniques and opulent fabrics, highly specific to the Dior woman, and an affront to Chanel's progressive vision. As Dior put it, a dress is a piece of ephemeral architecture designed to enhance the proportions of the female body. Couture to Christian Dior was not merely about clothing, but was about crafting a wearable experience that celebrated beauty. Yves Saint Laurent then pushed the boundaries of couture with a challenge to gender norms, creating the Le Smoking, a tuxedo tailored specifically for women, which at the time was unheard of. As Yves Saint Laurent said, a woman wearing a suit is anything but masculine. A strict, clean cut accentuates her femininity, her seductiveness, her ambiguity. He used couture to make statements on style which resonated deeply within the culture of the time. And today, Daniel Roseberry, creative director of Schiaparelli, who I believe to be one of the greatest couturiers alive, approaches surrealist couture by bringing together experiences from his childhood with modern high fashion concepts, always seeking to accentuate hyperfemininity and empowerment. And if you want to learn more on his design philosophy, I have a video on that topic as well. But visible in its evolution over time, couture often reflects broader changes in society, culture, and technology. It serves as both a reflection and an initiator of the zeitgeist, shaping and being shaped by the feelings and moods of the time in which it exists. From the radical simplicity of Chanel and how she sought to liberate women's bodies, to the excess of Dior's post-war designs, which put French fashion back on the map, the bold statements on style and gender from Yves Saint Laurent, who redefined what it truly meant to be effortlessly chic, or Thierry Mugler's performative approach to couture, where each collection inspired awe and disbelief in the audience at the sheer amount of detail present and the alien-like silhouettes which he brought to life in a style uniquely his own, irreplaceable, to the futuristic innovations from Iris Van Herpen, who proposes the question of how can we use technology to redefine the traditional limits of couture. But throughout history, from the first couturier Charles Worth to the designers of today, couture has served as a vehicle for storytelling, delivering drama, provoking thought, inspiring dreams, and manifesting beauty. Couture transcends the ordinary. It speaks to our deepest desires and our aspirations. It transports us to a world of fantasy or to a point in history. It demands our attention while inviting us to see the world through the eyes of the designer. Engage with couture as we do with the art in a museum, and we begin to appreciate its existence and understand its broader importance and impact in the world. Couture captures not just the physical form of clothing, but the deeper meanings, stories, and emotions behind it, offering us a glimpse into the designer's soul, their lives, and inviting us to explore it on our own. Couture is the purest representation of artistic expression in fashion, the honest attempt to capture the ideal form of beauty, however fleeting it may be. Because once bought or worn, a couture piece will often never be worn by another person again, an ephemeral beauty. High fashion need not be directly accessible to everyone. It need only exist in the world for its influence to be felt. Fashion is a hierarchy of form, where couture is the unadulterated manifestation of the designer's vision, where an intimate connection exists between the garment, the wearer, and the designer. And beneath couture are the subsequent ready-to-wear collections, what's available in stores and online, which distill the themes, motifs, and palettes of the couture collection into more accessible, wearable designs, carrying the essence of the designer's vision into the everyday, bridging the gap between high art and daily practicality. Ready-to-wear is an imitation of beauty, an image once removed from its ideal expression. And at the base of this hierarchy of form lies fast fashion, the imitation of the imitation, quickly and unethically produced clothing that attempts to poorly mimic the artist, with no concept or respect for its original intent and context. Product devoid of soul, spirit, or beauty in favor of cheap disposability, mass adoption, and profit, yet highly practical for the majority of people. Couture serves as a reminder of what fashion can be at its highest form, a celebration of creativity, a testament to craftsmanship, and an exploration of beauty that transcends the material qualities of a garment. It holds the potential to shift culture, bring awareness, tell stories, and evoke intense emotions. Couture allows us to forget about our daily worries and engage with art in a way that kindles creativity and introspection. By looking at the cultural, social, and political state of the world around us, by reflecting on the past masters of couture and how they revolutionized the industry in their time, we can admire and appreciate the creation of something new, something contemporary, and something deeply personal to the designer. Couture encourages us to find the fleeting moments of beauty that pass us by each day and to lose ourselves within them. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this content and would like to see more, please like and subscribe, and let me know what you think about the video and couture down below in the comments, and I'll see you next time.